Right, and that is Tobias Chanji. We shall be getting news from Shadrach Miti, who is in Thika. Earlier on, we were told that the CS, George Magoha, was on the ground opening up the container, or rather overseeing the opening up of a container containing exam material, and that those, of course, shall be distributed to the schools. We have heard from Tobias telling us also that, or rather interrogating John Onzoti, the chair of the NEC chair that was on the ground, telling us about the examination materials being intact, advising those who are in charge to take care and ensure that that remains the same, and that the coronavirus, of course, has posed some challenges that they are facing up. Now, of course, we have now connected with Shadrach Miti, who is in Thika. Shadrach, if you can hear me, what's happening where you are?
Well, we are here with the CS for Education, Professor George Magoha, and he has just witnessed the opening of the container. And so we are joined with let's listen to what he said, and then we'll come back to you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As you are aware, today is the first day for the KCP examination for our children. As we said in the past, the children are very well prepared. The examination was also prepared, taking that into consideration. You have seen this morning that it is all systems go. All agencies of government are here. We opened the container at 6 o'clock across the nation. We have senior officers of government from the Ministry of Education, Interior, and other agencies and Teacher Service Commission in all the 479 containers countrywide. I chose to start here in Thika, and you have seen for yourselves we have a little hiccup, but it doesn't involve the integrity of examinations. The hiccup we have this morning is that some teachers perhaps did not arrive on time, but I think we are going to reorganize ourselves to be sure that, to ensure that going forward everybody must be here before 6 o'clock. From the point of view of the children who are taking the exams, they are all prepared. In this area, there are 2 children who are going to take examinations from the hospital. I've been assured that the one that had a road traffic accident is quite stable and able to take the exam. The exam will be taken to the child there. Otherwise, mine is to ask everybody in this republic to pray for our children, because this is the very first time in the history of this country that our children are going to face an examination after having been away from class for 7 months. Luckily, speaking as a physician, I think they have recovered very, very swiftly, and that this will not have a very permanent scar or impact in the way they are going to perform the exams. Finally, I want to reiterate once again that the examination is being secured. The integrity of the examination process shall remain unquestionable. Each center manager has 2 policemen whose job is to ensure that that examination is kept with the utmost integrity. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. From here, I want to go to a primary school in the slums, or in Kendutu. Perhaps I will decide which one to go to, and then go to the school for the blind, and then I'll go to another area.
Just one question. Last week, while in Kakamega, you talked about learners, candidates in private schools who are unfortunately not registered, but they have to sit for exams. Perhaps you could update us on that, and maybe how is the government approaching?
I want to reiterate this very, very firmly. The examination materials are serialized and secured. But if our children who are in schools, and this particular school was a private school, first of all collected money to register the children, which as I said before, is a criminal offense, because the government of His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta ordered for the last 5 years that examination fees be paid for all children, both in private and public schools. So it is just a process. It doesn't require anything. But in certain parts, this place is in Nyanza, but I will not go further than that because I don't want to to scare the children. All I've said that for those people who took money from the children, and we find that the children were not registered, we have decided as a government that the children must take the exam. Even though under protest, they must take the exam and they must not be penalized. There are quite a few of them. And any other child who presents himself or herself for an examination must be given examination. Of course, then it will then mean that a decision will have to be made from where we are, that an examination paper may be photocopied so that the child can be given an opportunity to do an exam. And like I said, the government is going to deal very firmly, without fear or favor, with those crooks who still think it is business as usual. So nobody should worry, and I think we are all accessible. We have a command and control center. Should there be any child anywhere who is being denied opportunity to take an exam, we need to know so that that can be rectified immediately. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Indeed, that is Education CS Professor George Magoha. And as we leave here, I hand you over to Elvis Kosgei, who is in Eldoret, particularly in an Ainapkoi area, to tell us exactly what is going on. Over to you, Elvis.
Thank you. We are coming to you from Ainapkoi.